Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about affection. So affection is this little area here. They did actually change it. It was here and they moved them around. But affection is basically a way to get diamonds. It's not bad. Let's talk about how you get affection first. The hearts, how you obtain these hearts. So these hearts are obtained. You get one from owning a character and you get one from maxing out their affinity. Affinity is let me show you. Affinity is these 5 hearts. When you max up these affinity hearts, you get an additional affection heart for that character. Every character I own has max affinity, so as you can see, there's a lot of melees in the game. I own every melee, so you can see there's going to be lots of hearts for melee. And it's the same for every character. If I scroll down, like, oh, there's only one Arden, but he's got 2 hearts, so on and so forth. So if you're wondering why I have so many hearts for certain characters, it's because I have their affinity maxed out. Of course, I recommend maxing out affinity for every character because you get a GP point for all of them. Once again, if you upgrade that to max, that's 2 GP points per character, which can actually be pretty big sometimes. It can also be quite decent when it comes to pushing CC. It's very minuscule, but it isn't the worst. So, affection is gained by gaining XP with the character. It is a 1-to-1 XP ratio, so for every 1 XP you get 1 affection. When it is double XP, you still get the 1 XP per 1 affection ratio, so that means it's actually, you get more when it is double XP. Of course, they do double XP extremely frequently now, not all the time, but they go through periods of like a few months where it is just constant double XP, which is good for new players for the level up challenges, but it's also good if you want to farm affection. So in total you need 250 hearts to obtain all 300 diamonds. There are 300 diamonds here, which is absolutely absurd. That, of course, these can all be obtained. My recommendation for what content to farm is got to be Gold Dungeon. Gold Dungeon, but you do the second highest stage. You don't do the highest stage because the highest stage with certain characters isn't the best. Of course, if you have the ability to gain affection with like Escanor, Arthur, you know, all these other characters have quite decent synergy, it's not the worst. But I normally, when I was farming affection, would go for the second highest one. And then I would go, okay, I don't have an affection team anymore. But I would look at a team, I would go, okay, I need affection for a certain set of unknowns. I need affection for Merlin, I need affection for... collaboration characters don't count. There is no affection hearts, there's no affinity hearts, so they do not count. I need for Freya, because I've got Camilla and Nanoshi already maxed out. In reality, I don't have Camilla maxed out, but for this scenario, I do. So I put him in back because his relic and his relic works in the back. I also need affection for Thor, and I also need affection for... I need to find another Baldir, let's just say. And what you do is you create a team that has synergy and the backline has synergy. You're probably thinking, okay, you know, you can change out, you know, any of these frontline unknowns to another unknown or someone who has synergy to someone else, right? You can change out, you know, if you want to do Ragnarok, you could change Merlin out for Skuld, right? And you've got a Ragnarok team as well. But what happens when your backline, you know, maxes out? Because Freya's only got, let's just say, 2 copies. Realistically, you're probably going to own the red one because the blue one was a seasonal and most people probably didn't summon for the blue one. So you've only got 2 hearts. You max that out, you think, okay, who else can you do? Let's say you're still running an unknown team. Well, you've got Camilla and you've got Nanoshi, who are also quite decent backlines. There's not many other decent backlines for unknowns. And then you can go down the possibilities of, okay, any universal race boosters sort of thing. And there's actually a really good one that I maxed out pretty quickly, and I would actually recommend over Camilla and Nanoshi, if you are, or just any backline really for any race, and that is a Danafor Liz with her relic. So her relic provides you with a 50% attack boost for 3 turns. It works everywhere in PvE, which is really handy for content like this, where you're only really going to be 3 turns. At max, you'll be 3 turns, which is good. And because of that, you get 50% attack boost, which is better than, of course, most characters can provide. Of course, there are things like, you know, HP-based DPSs, you know, Purgatory Barn, technically Chaos Arthur to a degree, stuff like that, where they may want a HP booster as well, and then you might have to find, like, I don't know, Twigo, Jillian, I think her name is, you know, characters like that do fit that category. But as long as you're building teams that can all work synergy, so you've maxed out affection for one character, you switch another one out, and you know you can go to, okay, well, I've done enough unknowns now, I can't make an unknown team. I'll go to giants, I'll go to goddesses, I'll go to you know, humans, demons, all that kind of stuff, because there's tons of characters you can work on, and there's tons of characters that, you know, you can get diamonds with. So Melee's easily the best one. Liz I don't know how I have Liz maxed out. I think it was when I was running like goddesses. I was running like Mael, Queen Liz, Margaret, and of course Queen Liz is not bad. Her damage is okay. King isn't bad. That's when I was using Chad King, not King of Diane. King of Diane and Melee Liz both have their own categories. So you could, if you wanted to, run King of Diane, Melee Liz, and then LR Barn, and then Big Mel in the back with her relic that boosts Sins, and then you've got a decent Sins team. You know, Melee Liz and King of Diane don't have many affection hearts, but characters like Barn and Merlin both do. Merlin's got, you know, a lot of hearts, and Barn also has a lot of hearts, about the same. I think I own all of these two characters as well, so that is the max they can get to. But yeah, I just recommend farming this because it is 300 free diamonds. Yes, this is, I guess, angled more at newer players because most, actually no, probably not most players, but a lot of players probably do have the affection maxed out. Of course, they're probably never going to update it, so you don't have to worry about farming it any more than 250, which is what I've done. I've just sort of left it, and I've gained these additional 28 hearts just by playing the game using new characters for farming and stuff. But it is a very slow way to farm. You know, you're farming gold, all that kind of stuff, and you will slowly get the diamonds. It is not something you can get overnight. Even if you were to farm gold overnight with the characters you could get it with, you would still not, you know, if you were running a full team of like max hearts, so you're running like Melee with Barn, King, and Merlin, right? And you left it overnight, you may gain 5 affection hearts, maybe a little bit more than that, which isn't much. Bear in mind, you need 250. It's a lot per go, but in the end, these are passive diamonds. You can work on them whilst working on leveling up if you're not max level yet, especially because the later, I believe, 20 levels are really pricey on XP. Yes, I am max level, but I just sort of spam skip tickets. I just save my skip tickets till they add new levels. It's mad. Fun get gold out of it at the same time. But yeah, just make sure you're running synergized teams that do work well together. That you need affection for. Don't use collaboration characters. Remember that. Do not use collaboration characters. They do not count. I've always wanted them to count because then, you know, it gives you like a secondary use to really use them. Especially characters that may not be usable much anymore. Especially if you go for like max affection on every character in the entire game, which I don't know why you would, but there's probably some sort of psycho out there that has done it. So yeah, just make sure you're using the right characters with the right teams, and you'll get some passive diamonds. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.